Homes podcast, and we just turned off our intro music. So thank you for that, my technical director.
It got really loud.
So anyway, I've got a new co-host. I'm Steve Peterson, the president of Perry Homes, and I've got with me today Brady Pierce, who is the division manager of our St. George operation.
Yeah, he put me far too close to the red button.
Yeah, Brady, just please don't touch anything.
You can't see it, but it's fabulous.
We're just rookies, and we have this control panel down here that you can't see, so it's just Brady seeing these bright lights, and he wants to hit them. Hey, we're super excited today. We've got one of our really great agents from our St. George market is up in Salt Lake visiting and doing some training with us today, and so we thought, hey, let's get David here to be on a podcast. So, Dave, I don't even know how to say your last name. Help me.
Michie.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
I should have. David Michie.
So, like it should have a T in there, but it doesn't.
Let me start over. It's David Michie with us today. So anyway, Dave was a lot of fun. I'm a little envious. He's a super attractive guy, so he probably gets weirded out because every time I see him, like, David, you're so attractive. So I should probably dial that down a little bit. David's happily married and it's all good. But so anyway, Dave, we're just going to get into it and just kind of tell us a little bit. We'll get into kind of your story at Perry Homes, but give us what's the David Michie like pre-Perry Homes? What's your story, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Don't tell them the whole thing.
Yeah. Right.
PG version.
Right. Oh gosh. Oh, long story, I'm sure. So before working with Perry, I guess my longest 10 years of work, I did work for a company doing door-to-door sales. I hired and recruited people to do door-to-door sales.
What was it? Alarms or solar?
It was satellite TV mostly.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
we did dabble in the alarms a little bit, but mostly satellite TV.
That's a hard business, man. Right. Knocking on doors.
Yeah.
Going to state fairs and doing home shows and all that fun stuff. Yeah, it was fun.
Gotcha.
That was fun. I also worked for the big box stores, so managed for Home Depot and Lowe's.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
A lot of different departments there.
And then how did you then get into the real estate side?
Gosh, my dad was a realtor for he was an electrician for about 18 years. Family's big electricians, and then he decided one day to get into real estate. So he did that for about 40 years.
Oh my gosh.
And about 8 years ago, he says, you should get into this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're crazy.
Thanks, Dad. But no.
I see how that goes. Yeah. But you know what? I felt good about it and decided to take the dive, and I am eternally grateful that he got me into it.
Yeah.
Best job I've ever had.
So I'm glad you said that because I've been doing this for a while, almost 30 years, and we just had Nancy on before. I had another agent down in St. George, and you and Nancy really have this natural way you connect with people. Can you kind of speak about that? I mean, what do you feel like? How does that work? That you I think people just they trust you, they like you. How does that work?
That's true. People do like me.
It's just because you're so handsome.
I don't know. I think it's something. I think we're both good at it. I think our boss Brady has been always talked about just being natural. We're all people.
Yeah, gotcha. He talks about being like you just got to be normal.
Just be normal, which is hard for us.
You got to dial it down.
You have to work on that
to be normal.
I'm not sure what that means.
People usually don't have normal in the vocabulary.
Right.
Eccentric kind of comes.
Myself included.
Eccentric. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so let's transition. So you got into real estate, and then now talk a little bit about your experience at Perry Homes, what you do there, and maybe your community, and what kind of products you offer. Just kind of now what's your Perry Homes experience?
All right, so I've been with Perry coming on 8 years in August. It has been growth the entire time. I feel like we've just keep growing and just keep getting better and better. I've seen us go through a lot of growth spurts, and it's been amazing and awesome. And I'm completely comfortable and happy to sell somebody a home because I know we build a good home, and I know they're going to love what we deliver them.
Which is great, right? To you don't feel like you're selling them something that you're like, oh, I would probably never buy this, but it's my job.
Right.
I can just talk.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, I just hear you talking about it like this is a product I believe in. can do it. So tell us a little bit about now your community, what it is and what kind of homes you offer in the
Right.
community.
In fact, on that, I believe in the product so much, I'm building my second house with Perry. So I already built one years ago, and now we're building another one because our family's growing and need a bigger house.
Which really, David, there's what better testimonial than I live in a Perry home.
Yeah.
I'm doing my second Perry home.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah, that's
100%.
perfect. See, poster child right here.
Yeah. Well, on that note, most of the people that work in our division have built a home with us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really that's a great meaningful way of. We believe in our product so much, we're going to make the big lifetime investment to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the community I cover most of the time is the Paragon Point West community. We start with a 3-bedroom, 2-bath at $425. So super easy home to get into, whether it's a starter home or a second home.
Hey, let's before you go on to the I know there's more, but the $425 price point, right?
It's awesome.
Right? We the three of us have been around for a minute. That's right. $425 used to be a second or third step move up. So talk about that $425 and how that relates to kind of that first entry level buyer.
Gosh, nowadays, you're either looking at townhomes in the 380s, 390s.
Yes.
Or I can put you in a house, your own house, your own yard.
Single family home.
No shared walls for the $425.
That's great. What have you? And I know there's a lot of factors, but someone buys $425. They have a normal down payment. What is their monthly payment? What does that look like on a $425?
I can get you in touch with the lender, and they can give you those exact numbers.
Good answer.
Okay, there we go. I'm not a lender. Call your attorney.
So for most people, the thing that most people would probably relate to, that price point is very nearly what a median household income in our area can afford.
Yeah.
So historically we've catered mostly to second homeowners, people retiring to Southern Utah. We've had properties that have had tremendous views and been pretty spectacular. This last 12-month period has been the first time in a long time where we've actually been able to offer some options for people who actually live and work in the area and
Gotcha.
just want a home to raise a family in or just need a home to start building equity. So yeah, it's been exciting to get in that part of the market down there.
Great, Brady. Thanks.
Which I want to touch on. Beautiful thing about that is you talked about a down payment. Nowadays, while the money's still out there, there's that Utah House Bill SB 240, where if you buy a new construction home under $450,000, you can actually get money from the state of Utah as your down payment.
Really?
Yes.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
kind of put some.
We've got
Plus on
townhomes
that.
in the one area we can do that. We've got the houses in this Paragon Point West area we can do that. So I'm closing on one of those in 2 weeks. So that is really helpful to get somebody in a home that maybe doesn't have the exact money down.
So under $450. It's,
New construction.
So is it a second loan that comes from the government? How does it? What are kind of the nuts and bolts of that?
Yeah, it functions as a loan, but you don't owe anything on it until you sell the house. I believe you
Or
reimburse
refinance it.
when you refi or sell the house, when you get that
No
first
kidding.
mortgage off by selling or refinancing.
So
Look it up on utah.gov.
So that's the magic number is under $450, so we can meet that threshold.
And we have a couple options under that now. It's a couple different floor plans, a couple different ways to get
Gotcha.
there.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that's great.
Tell us a little bit about how our standard features compare to some of what's out there, what people get when they buy a home from us.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of great things that we're putting in the houses. We do the two-tone paint finish. We actually paint and finish the garage. We just got our baseboard.
Wait.
Yeah, that's a weird thing up here in northern Utah.
Southern
Right?
Utah is all about putting toys and sporting equipment in the garage, and so you need it painted and trimmed.
Yeah,
it's got to be beautiful.
In the Salt Lake market,
Yeah.
this is that's a pretty significant upgrade.
Yeah.
So the houses you finish the tape and texture, and you paint. This is just a standard.
Yeah.
Can I come and buy a house from you?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm on my way down.
I know, guys. I was just told this week we actually got our baseboards upgraded from the 3-inch to the 5-inch.
Oh.
Square baseboards, very nice. LVP flooring in all the wet locations. Beautiful carpet. We have really, really pretty selections. Like if you just came through one of the houses I was building or looked in our design center to see the tiles we offer, the carpets, the LVPs we offer, they're really, really nice. Even the LVP is an upgraded LVP at 20 mil, which is great for pets.
Yeah, I really think our standard inclusions, the product and the color palettes that are available rival anybody in anywhere near our price range.
I love it.
Yeah.
Which is really just that's how somebody makes it kind of a personal to them, right? I've got all these selections. It's not going to be just like my neighbors.
Yeah.
Some of our competitors, you can choose A, B, or C.
Yeah.
Right. With us, you can choose.
Yeah.
You can mix and match and do whatever.
Yeah, if you want it simple, you can pick a package. We have some pre-made packages if you don't want to deal with it. But if you want, you can sit down in our design center and you can pick everything.
That's great.
A lot of flexibility. So, yeah, if you're frustrated because you can't get what you want or you can't pick colors, I know a guy. or a gal.
Come to Perry.
Come to Perry.
Hey, so let me, Dave, this might take some thought, and if you got to think about it for a minute, we can edit out some time if you need a minute, but would we love to talk about stories, specific things? Can you think back and maybe tell a story of a specific homeowner or a couple or a family that you sold a home to that kind of had a personal meaning to you, and just kind of tell us their story and your experience with them? I meant to ask Nancy that. I forgot. We might have to have her back on another episode.
I don't know if that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, as you said that, a wave of people just start flooding through my head.
Yeah, I should have prepped you so you could have kind of
the first house I ever sold, he wouldn't get out of the car. His wife had to keep coming and asking me questions, and finally he came in and like brass tacks, and oh my gosh.
Okay, who were they?
That was Bill and Joanne Fellhaber. They've been in that house almost 8 years now. I just stopped by there about a month ago. I saw they had a fire in their backyard, so I just went back and
we didn't start the fire. The fire was unrelated.
No, they were burning stuff for fun. And shot the bull with them. Dave and Judy Hansen, the first.
Well, this is my point, and you actually already accomplished. Yeah, so you give some shout out to some people. 8 years ago, you sold a home to someone. You remember their name. You remember that the husband stayed in the car. You remember building the trust with them. And even currently, you're going in to shoot the bull with them, meaning they're your friends.
They're my friends, for sure.
Right? And David, this was I knew that's what would happen, is that you would talk about someone and be like, oh my gosh, they're just my friends now.
Right.
So speak about that, what that means to someone to feel like they can trust someone who, obviously you're a sales agent, so you're selling a home, that's part of the deal, but talk about that trust factor.
That's everything for my job. Not just with building the house. I've had over the years multiple people come back to me and say, hey, we're moving, we're out of here, can you sell our house for us? Yeah. I'm right up the street.
Love it.
I can do that. I have one right now. Dean and Tammy built their house 4 years ago. They want to move into the non-HOA community now. Sold their house for them last month. Started building them a new house this month. That's that's amazing that they trusted me that much, especially after we went through all the craziness of COVID. They were part of that crazy crew.
Well, one of the advantages that we have is we tend to stick in a location once we find some good property there and we start building homes. The area where David and Nancy sit currently, we've got probably about 700 home sites worth of land in there. So it's not like you're going to buy a house and 3 months later we're packing up, we're out, and we're sold out, and we're done, and you can't find anybody.
For years.
Yeah, we're going to be there for years, and David's going to live in the community. Nancy's owned in the community. We're always around. So I mean, they have an incentive to form relationships because they're talking to their neighbors.
Yeah, which is so great. So sometimes I think we've been in the industry for so long. Sometimes we get a little callous, might not be the right word, but we just get a little jaded to people buying new homes, and it happens for us often. But sometimes we forget, for this buyer, this is something they might do once or twice in their life.
Yeah.
Right? And how important that is to find someone like David or Nancy that they trust.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm leaning on you as kind of a confidant to help in this huge decision that I'm making.
Well, and amplified for the buyers that these guys deal with. Often, for a lot of them, it's probably the last home that they're going to buy.
Oh, gotcha.
So it has to be something that's going to work for them. It can't be something that's close. because it needs to be comfortable. It needs to meet their needs.
Well, and I love it, David. When I asked you about buyers, it took you a minute, but then you're like, "Oh, there's this person, and there's this person." You probably
I
have
can keep going.
so many friends. Hey, kind of our signature sign off question. Our last question is why would somebody buy a Perry home?
Gosh. First things first is the quality of home that we build is a quality home. My division manager, who's in charge of customer service, in my mind, will never let anybody down. Will always take care of somebody. That's why I'm so confident about
Which
selling
is
the house.
great, right? If someone didn't connect the dots, that's this guy.
Brady. Exactly. If there ever was something, I mean, everything's going to have this or that. So if there ever was, I feel completely confident knowing that it's going to get taken care of.
Yeah.
I just know it will
That's
be.
a big deal. Yeah.
On top of that, we have gorgeous locations. Oh my gosh. Like they've already mentioned, the views. We talked about the price point, but the price point with what you're getting for that price point is
that's
the
a good
value.
point. Gotcha. Thank you, David. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Good luck down there. I'll come down there here in a couple weeks and we'll see you down there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, everyone.